Hey, welcome back to Divinity Ends. This is for my Pisces weekly reading for August 13th. Beginnings out there for you guys. Let's see how this plays out into your week. Using Crystal Visions Tarot. 9-card spread. Bottom of the deck is the 5 of Pentacles. That's where she doesn't really see that she is taken care of and okay. There's pentacles all around her, though she's feeling like out in the cold with her baby. There's pentacles and coins all around her that she just doesn't see. So let's see how that is playing into your reading. Subconscious, intuition type of feelings when I see the moon card, different channels, dreams, and things like that. But with it being in reverse, I just feel like we're not picking up on those types of channels. We're not seeing what's beneath the surface. We're only seeing the face value of something to me with the moon card being in reverse. We don't see the deeper hidden meaning of why things are happening with the moon card in reverse. And then the sun card is in reverse next to the moon in reverse. So not feeling just the happy, joyful moments that we want to feel, not getting the desired outcome with what we wanted. So just overall not seeing the picture. And then the Page of Cups in reverse. So our love and our emotions, it's just looking at the whole card. Our love and our emotions, Pisces, is in reverse as well. So just feeling a little out of control in our emotions right now when it comes to a situation. The Page of Cups being in reverse, I feel like this is what you desire. Your desired love is something happened with it to where it's just not happening right now, not working out right now. The Sun being in reverse as well, I feel like something went wrong or something changed in this situation, in the love situation, that's got you feeling pretty sad about it. And you feel like you're out left in the cold. Like I said, when this card was out at the bottom, you're feeling like you're out in the cold, but you're really not. You're really not. It just seems that way right now, but you're really not. 6 of Pentacles is in reverse next. So where there was no balance, where there was no equal exchange, where there was no even give and take there, that's going to become different. That's going to become different. Where you were carrying other people's loads, other people's burdens, that's in reverse. So these two being in reverse let me know that if you were being used, Pisces, if you were being taken advantage of in any kind of way, it's not happening anymore. Or if you were the user and you were taking advantage of somebody in any kind of way, that's not going to happen anymore. If you weren't carrying your own load, you're going to have to. Or if you were allowing someone else not to carry their own load, you're going to have to change that. But that's going to change. That's going to change. The 10 of Cups is out. So this is wish fulfillment. This is what you desire, your best desired outcome for what you want and dream, what's dearest and most important to you. In this particular portrayal, it is a happy family life. It is the wonderful love of someone who has your back, be it male or female. You see that being the happiest moment for him. It is his woman and his baby. For her, it is her man and her baby. For that baby, is those two parents. However you play this out, this is the happy wish fulfillment. This is happiness for all. And that was upright. Page of Swords upright as well, letting me know that you are learning and getting to know yourself right now, Pisces. You're coming into your own of understanding who you are, what your purpose is, what you want to be out here in this world, the gift that you want to share with the world. You're learning who you want to be and who you are right now. And while you're learning, you might be giving it to some people verbally. But you're speaking up and you're standing up for yourself and you're learning who you are. You're learning who you are based off of you and what you want to be in your life. You know exactly who you want to be. You know who you want to be, and you're learning still. You're not all the way assured of yourself as the Queen of Wands would be, but as the Page of the Queen of Swords, I'm sorry, but as the Page of Swords, you are learning how to be the Queen of Swords. You're learning how to understand who you are and what gifts you have, what you bring to the world, what makes you a special person. You're learning that about yourself. Ten of Swords is out in reverse. So in the upright, she's feeling like somebody just stabbed her all in the back and left her for dead. Just swords all in the back, just bleeding all out on the ground. But it's in reverse. It wasn't so. It wasn't so. Sometimes when we feel like we've been attacked or feel like we've been done wrong, we don't see the big picture. And when you do see the big picture, you realize it was to help you in a certain way. It was to help you quite possibly stop carrying other people's loads and put them down, or to learn to carry your own load. Learn to carry your own load and not others' loads, but just carry your own load. Maybe you're so busy carrying other people's loads that you weren't even carrying your own load, which made no sense. You wanted to do for others more than you did for your own self, which made no sense. It has to be balanced. It had to be even. So if this is what you still desire, know that you are protected and that you still have everything you need, and you're not out in the cold, and you're not left for dead. It's looking like it's going to be all right, Pisces. It's looking like it's really going to be all right. It's going to be all right. All right. Fool card is in reverse. So just wanting to step out there on faith. You don't know right now if you want to take that step out there with those butterflies right now. It's in reverse. You're like, I don't know what's down there, and that looks like a fall. I don't know about it. With it in reverse, you're not ready to take it. And then the Seven of Wands, your perception. You can look at yourself on the top, or you can look at yourself on the bottom. It's all about how you see it right now, Pisces. And I'm feeling like this is a change to this area while this is happening all of a sudden for you. Yeah, to sharpen your skills, number one. Your work ethic. This is what this is about, to sharpen that. And strength. To put more inner strength into you that you were lacking. Seeing that you're stronger than you really are. I mean, you've always been strong, but seeing it and knowing it, allowing yourself to know how strong you really are. Changing your perception on that. I want clarity for my Pisces. I feel like you're about to go through this transformation to make you stronger, most definitely at the end of the day. Yeah, Page of Wands. So just kind of sending up a prayer, asking for the guidance, for the vision, for the wisdom, so that you can make the decision that you're supposed to and go which way you want to go. Yep, there's that Chariot going which way you want to go. Differences of opinions down there with the two horses, but she handles it. She handles it, no problem. One-handed, standing up. She's ready to move forward towards the new. The Chariot is moving. And then it's moving with wisdom as well. She's got those eagles up there. Smart decisions for yourself. There's the Queen of Swords. That's who you want to get to. This is the end results. After you move, after you make moves, after you charge towards what it is you know you want. No matter what the opinions of others are. They can be different. Doesn't matter. You're going to handle it either way. You're going to come down riding confidently. This is where I feel like the strength comes in. Your confidence is coming in on this because you're going to see what you're made of. You're going to be able to accomplish it on your own. You're going to be able to sharpen your skill sets so that you feel more confident, you feel more strengthened and empowered, and then you know who you are at the end of this. And you see, she's got a butterfly in her hand. On that balance card that was in reverse, nothing but the butterflies leading her to the change. But you had it in reverse. You were afraid of the change. here as your balance as the Queen of Swords, who knows herself thoroughly on the inside out. Now that change, she handles it very well. This is this butterfly, no problem. I love butterflies. She embraces butterflies. Look at her wings. It's fashioned like a butterfly wing. She's handling it. Sword of Truth leads her. Mental logic leads her. But she embraces change. She can handle any type of change. So stepping out there on faith. Once this comes up right, once you step out there, once you have that movement of that chariot, and you know you're moving in the direction that you want to move into, to bring yourself up higher, to strengthen yourself, to sharpen your own skills, to make sure you got it. You're operating with this Queen of Swords energy, and you're going to fully know who you are and why you make certain decisions and why you have to make certain moves. And you're going to step out there on faith at that point. At that point, I do believe your Fool card will come upright so that you can step out there. But this being upright was a good sign for me. It was a great sign for me because you're at the end of the Page of Wands journey, turning into the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords. The end of her journey, you're turning into the Queen of Swords. But I feel like you're still at this moment the Page and just learning. But you're on your way. You're on your way. You're going to be sharpening your skills and just learning how to balance yourself more. Yep, and definitely when it comes to your stability, it's about where the balance was needed. When it comes to your strength and your stability, quite possibly your financial situations. The Queen of Pentacles being that. It's about her coins and her stability. She likes to handle business. Nine of Wands is the strategy plan here. So she's just planning her next way in. She's planning her next course of entry. She's strategizing here. The lion's watching her back and she's planning from the front. What are we going to do? How are we going to handle this? How are we going to proceed? And then I feel like that's the chariot moment at that point when you start to proceed with the wisdom that you've thought it out with, and all that good stuff comes coming down the mountain now with clarity. You know exactly how you want to proceed, what you want to do, how it's going to become the best possible outcome, how it's going to get you to this 10 of Cups type of energy, your wish fulfillment, your joys, your pleasures. That's what it's all about. That's what we're doing it for. Two of Swords is in reverse. So upright, she's blindfolded to look for her inner peace. But I feel like when it's this way, you can see in reverse almost. If this card is in reverse, then you can see clearly how to get your inner peace mentally, because it's still about those swords. But she becomes, this is how you get it. Going from the Page of Swords. First, you're blind. I feel like you're at this point before you become the Page of Swords. You are still the Two of Swords. You become the Page of Swords, then you become the Queen of Swords. That's what it's looking like you're going through, Pisces. About to make that transformation for yourself. The Devil's in reverse. So not listening to those little doubts that's always in your head about what you can and can't accomplish. The Devil being in reverse, like you've put that down. You're not worried about not thinking highly enough of yourself. You've kind of came out of that energy. You're not an arrogant emperor yet. But that's going to attest to that Devil being in reverse. You're not arrogant about it. You're just learning. You're in the learning process. Knight of Pentacles as well, I see you as, because this is a person with a giving spirit and a giving heart, and he's ready to and wanting to bring an offer to someone or make an offer to someone, an offer of stability as well, because he leads with that pentacle too. So with the Queen of Pentacles coming out as well, I feel like you're trying to get stronger for someone. You're trying to make sure you're stable for someone else. You're trying to make sure you're putting yourself in a position to be able to be of assistance to someone. But Judgment is still in reverse. So no decision has been made right now. Same way I feel like that Fool card was in reverse. You haven't stepped out there as of yet. But you're learning, you're in the process of learning how all of this is supposed to come together. And I think it will play out for you once you wrap your head around the mental of it. You'll understand the creation process to it as the magician of how the decisions that you make and the things that you do affect the outcome of the situation as a whole. So you indeed are creating what's going on in your life. As the magician, you are the creator at that point. The Death card is in reverse. But I feel like inevitably when the Death card, just like with the Tower card, if it's out, it's out. It is a change coming. So maybe the change is not coming in the way you thought it would. But it's going to come, and it's going to come. Just not maybe how you pictured it, but it's going to come. And when it comes, it's going to be a change for the better, because that's why the changes have to occur, because you need there to be a change for the better, for your own inner strength, for your own confidence. Yeah. And especially after a foundational split. This is like a foundation split, but it really didn't split. Like, it looks like it split. So y'all had to separate. It looks like there was a separation of some sort, and that's why you're feeling like your love is gone. But the love is not gone. It just had to be a separation for whatever reason, maybe to get you where you needed to be, which is stronger and more stable. And the other person needed to work on themselves and their happiness and their stability, and wants you to work on yourself separately, coming back together. Like I said, learning who you are. Page of Swords, Queen of Swords. You know who you are. Now, when you come back together, it's going to be that much better, because everybody has evolved into a better person now. Two well, healthy, balanced people, put them back together. Now we've got an awesome relationship that's unstoppable, because we both worked on ourselves separately. Now we can come back together and be stronger together. All right, Black Moon astrology card. Let's do it for my Pisces. Wrap up the overall astrology energy for you this week. One more. There it is. There it is. South Node, life debt. These are those things with you. If you know about your North Node and your South Node, and you can look it up. There's the South Node card. It's hard to see the images on these. The South Node, life debt. North Node being your north, the way you want to go, leading you towards the higher good. South Node being those things that we had to release. So those karmic debts, those things in our lives that we had to, what goes around comes around moments. You thought that you got up out of it, but it comes back as a life lesson. South Node. All right, karma. First word, karma. When properly understood, is just the mechanics through which consciousness manifests. So going through things is how you understand things, and gives you that consciousness to it again. When you see it again, you've understood it because you've gone through it. South Node represents a karmic point in our charts where certain matters must be discharged or cast off in order to develop and move on towards greater things. We already talked about that. All right. In brief, restrictions, challenge, inborn gifts, dramatic, sweeping change, doors closing while others open, breaking free of fears, psychic breaks that bring on full potential, endings, usually without long-term trauma, letting go, wake-up calls, repetition, skills performed without much thought or effort, deeply held beliefs, the law, karma and karmic relationships, cause and effect, fate, previous states of existence, what you have failed to live up to so far, memories of previous lives, lessons not learned or processed, old patterns, the shadow side, what is beneath the surface, addictions, becoming trapped in a situation, feeling chained, unresolved conflicts, insecurity, depressions, doubts, instincts, growth, thoughts, and deeds, the soul's journey through space and time, and the Ten of Swords, that one where you felt all stabbed in the back, is the corresponding card. Endings, the closing of doors, beginnings, a shocking loss, but then a fresh start. Okay? It's all you. All in this reading. All in this reading, Pisces. I heard you. I heard you. We're talking about changes. We're talking about endings and new beginnings. It looking bad, but it not being as bad as it looked. We're talking about doors closing, but other ones opening. Full potential breaks that bring on full potential. So bringing out your full Pisces potential. And I do feel it is being more stable because you guys do live in the clouds at times. It is buckling down, which is not a word y'all like to, you don't like that buckle down feeling. Like you like to be free and have adventures and dream world. This is, you live in a fantasy world, you know, but those, it says endings usually without long-term trauma. So this is not an ending of forever and ever ending, but when I did see that Three of Pentacles out, that foundational break, that's the card where something you had to leave or someone had to leave a situation. And I said it seemed like an ending, but it really wasn't an ending. It's so that you two can separate to work on yourselves and come back together. That type of ending. So without long-term trauma, letting go, because you can let it go because it can come back. That's what they say. If you love something, let it go, because when it comes back, all right, perform without much thought or effort, deeply held beliefs. Karma and karmic relationships. So this could be part of a karmic relationship that you had to, where you had to learn a lesson that you didn't learn. And it says that in here as well. Memories of previous lives, lessons not learned or processed, old patterns. This is changing the way you normally like to blow off responsibility and stuff. And now it's saying, hey, you got to be responsible this time. I know you don't like it. I know it's not fun for you to have to buckle down and be stable and root yourself to something. That's just not what you do as a Pisces, as a water sign. It's not your nature, your first nature, to want to go stable first. You want to go fun, adventure, experience first versus stable first. So this is adding, lessons not learned or processed. This is adding those to you and your skill set to make you better as a better person. What's beneath the surface? Becoming trapped in situations, feeling chained, unresolved conflicts, insecurities, depressions, doubts, all that stuff was in your reading, in the feel of your reading, of being afraid to step into the unknown, with that Fool card being in reverse, being afraid to step into the unknown, but knowing that you need to step into the unknown in order for things to grow, in order for things to get better, in order for you to tackle that side of yourself, as they call the shadow side, that you didn't want to deal with, those darker areas of our life that we really don't like about ourselves. And let's just push the good ones to the forefront, and we don't have to go back and deal with those dark sides. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And it's about to make you. So these situations come around, new moons, full moons, eclipses, all that energy is making these situations come about so that we can go and deal with things that we need to deal with to make improvements into our lives. What you failed to live up to so far is going to change about you. So it's adding in something that's needed. It's not taking away anything or from the good stuff that you've done so far, but you want to be king of the world at the end of this. You want all of these energies making you the best version of yourself possible. So yes, that one too, stability and all that stuff has to come to you, Pisces, as well. And that's why all this is happening for you. But endings, the doors closes, and beginnings, shock and loss. So maybe you had to temporarily separate, but a fresh start then happens after that. So something good is coming from this. Even if it feels bad right now, know that something good is definitely coming from this change. Something good is coming to you from this change. And sometimes it's the inward work that is this priceless lessons that you learn from these changes as you grow and you learn and you evolve. Then you look back on them and you understand that situation helped me be a better person to this day. You'll understand when you go back to those things, and when they happen and when they seem so bad, you'll understand why they really were blessings in disguise for you. Blessings in disguise. All right, Pisces, that was your reading for the week. Hope you enjoyed that and it resonated. If not, if you need to book a personal reading, all that info will be below in the description box. I am Divinity Gems. Until next time, thanks for watching.